Okay, students, once again this is MNR. Welcome back to our lecture. Already we have discussed about the topics of microbes in human welfare. The topics already we discussed: microbes in household products, microbes in industrial products, microbes in sewage treatment. Now, today we discuss about our next subtopic of our lesson, microbes in human welfare. Our subtopic is microbes in the production of biogas. Have a look into the subtopic of our lesson, microbes in the production of biogas. Let us know something about the production of biogas, how it occurred with the help of microbes. Okay. First we know the something about biogas. What is biogas? What is biogas? Biogas is the mixture of gases. It is not a single unique gas. Okay. Here the biogas is a mixture of gases, different gases and its composition collectively called as biogas. Then what are the composition we are observing in the biogas? Okay, biogas composition, especially mixture of gases like methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, hydrogen sulfide, etc. Okay, but the definition exactly for biogas is a mixture of gases which produced by digestion of organic matter, which are decomposed or digested by anaerobic bacteria, various types of anaerobic bacteria. Understood? Okay. The gas, the mixture of gas which we are calling biogas is produced by the various anaerobic bacteria acted on organic matter or different kinds of organic matter what we send to the biogas plant. On that particular organic matter, various types of anaerobic bacteria. Of course, here some are they are facultative anaerobes and some are their strict anaerobic bacteria play role on organic matter what we send to the biogas plant. Understood? Okay. So, biogas, it is a mixture of gases, okay, produced from organic matter, by the activity of various types of anaerobic bacteria, or anaerobic microbes. Understood, students? Biogas means it is a mixture of gases produced from organic matter by the activity of various types of anaerobic bacteria. You know anaerobic bacteria, what it done? It is generally perform the process of anaerobic respiration on organic matter, where the complex forms of organic matter broken down into simple forms of monomers. Whatever the monomers we are obtaining after the complete after the proper digestion of organic matter what we send to the biogas plant. Understood? On that organic matter, a large number of anaerobic bacteria or anaerobic microbes acted to digest the complex forms of organic materials. During the process of anaerobic respiration or fermentation process what done by the anaerobic bacteria, so many gases they are going to be discharged. are released. In that different kinds of gases, maximum amount of or predominant gas in the mixtures of gases present in the biogas is okay, methane. What is the gas? It is methane. What is the chemical formula for methane? Okay, CH4. Okay, it is a higher amounts. It is a higher in amounts. Higher in amounts when compared to other gases present in the biogas. It is a more amount of gas we are observing, that is methane. The second gas next to the CH4 or methane, next to the methane we have another gas is also produced in okay, some of the its composition, that is CO2, carbon dioxide. What it is? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas what formed next, what occupied next to the CH4 with their respective composition and their percentages of gas what formed. Okay, CO2, carbon dioxide is also releases. And the third one it is, you know, okay, some amount of H2, very important gas H2, and little traces of H2S is also produced. Understood? H2 and H2S, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide, these gases are also released. All these three are the, all these four gases are there, but in that in our syllabus we just focus our concentration on the first three gases what existed based on their proportions, how much percentage of gases they are present in the mixture of gases called biogas. Okay, you know, right? Methane, CO2 and H2 are the three important gases what one sequentially they existed, they present in the mixture of gases called biogas. Based on their proportions and based on their amounts, we just move from higher amounts to lower amounts in this sequence only, from CH4, after that CO2, after that H2. Now got the point. So these are the mixture of gases they are producing during the process of anaerobic respiration or digestion, what done by the okay, anaerobic bacteria, what it acted on the organic matter present in the waste materials what we send as raw materials or as substrates what we send to the biogas plant. Understand, right, ma'am? So in that already you know, right, here discussed anaerobic bacteria. Understood? These anaerobic bacteria are not all are not obligate anaerobes. Understood? Initially, during the process of biogas production, initially facultative anaerobes they works. What is that? Facultative anaerobes. Initially, facultative anaerobes they acted on the organic matter present in the okay, substrate what we send to the biogas plant. Understood? So facultative anaerobes. After that, these are very active first time. After that, requires strict anaerobes. What it is? Required. Okay, that is strict anaerobic bacteria. Strict anaerobic bacteria is needed. Strict anaerobic bacteria just be seen as methanogenic. What it is? Methanogenic archaebacteria. Already in the class 11 we learned something well about archaebacteria, eubacteria, yes, cyanobacteria, like different kinds of bacteria and their categories we discussed in the kingdom Monera in the class 11. But now we are just, you recall that content, ma? Here we are discussing about an important anaerobic bacteria which is going to digest the cellulose, especially, you know, plant materials. Whatever the plant materials, mostly they contains an amount of polysaccharide called cellulose. Isn't right or wrong? That's why herbivorous animals, what they eat plants. Okay, plant eating animals are called herbivores. They have very long digestive tract, you know. Why? For the purpose of okay, digestion of very much complex polysaccharides like cellulose. That cellulose is only broken down with the help of a specific bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, which is present in the particular gutta of ruminants. Ruminants are nothing but here cattle, which has a separate chamber in that in their digestive tract as rumen. Rumen is one of the part of its stomach. Understood? That's why those animals are called ruminants. Understood? And they are going to chew the food slowly to change it to cud. Understood? So in that maximum amount is cellulose is present. That cellulose is only broken down by a separate bacteria called methanogenic bacteria, what collectively called as methanobacterium. Collectively called as methanobacterium. You please remember methanobacterium. It is very, very, very important. Methanobacterium. Here bacterium, a word bacterium is a singular, bacteria are plural. Okay. So here the required strict anaerobic bacteria, methanogenic archaebacteria. Definitely last question. Methanogenic bacteria come under, of course it is come under kingdom Monera, but what is the category? They come under archaebacteria or ancient bacteria. Okay, in the archaebacteria, whatever the bacteria we discussed, okay, most of the cases, all those are the bacteria are living in extreme conditions. Isn't right? No organism is living. In such conditions only some bacteria are going to be living. Such kinds of bacteria mostly they kept in the category that is archaebacteria. In that category of bacteria only we are observing here, that is methanogenic bacterium, methanogenic archaebacteria or methanobacterium. Understood? This methanogenic bacteria or methanobacterium naturally present in the digestive tract of the ruminants. Digestive tract of the ruminants for the purpose of digest the complex sugar polysaccharide called cellulose, which is present as a maximum amount in the grass or plant materials. Mostly these cattle are taking food from plants. So each and every part of the plant contains maximum amount of polysaccharide is cellulose. The digestion of cellulose is very tough. That is only done by the special bacterium present in the digestive tract of the ruminants, a cattle. That's why due to the presence of this methanogenic archaebacterium like methanobacterium, that much complex polysaccharides can also be broken down. Now got the point, students? So that is naturally present. That particular bacteria is play pivotal role not only the digestion of materials present in the stomach of cattle. When it come along with the after digestion, that material whatever the excreta it comes out, release out from the cattle as cow dung, buffalo dung, sheep, goat dung, everything. Everything. So all those are the materials. Dung material contains much amount of this strictly anaerobic bacteria called methanogenic archaebacteria, which is very much useful for continue the process of degradation of waste materials what we join to cow dung into the biogas plant for the production of biogas. Try to understand. Okay. So whatever it may be, from starting to ending, we just depends on the two different kinds of bacteria. One is the facultative anaerobic bacteria and strictly anaerobic bacteria. Means along with methanogenic bacteria, we are also depends on, okay, along with methanogenic bacteria, we also depends on some other bacteria like, okay, you know, bacillus bacteria. What it is? Bacillus bacteria, and the next one is Cellulomonas bacteria and Clostridium and Ruminococcus bacteria, etc. All these are the additional bacteria which join to perform the process of degradation of organic matter for releasing different mixtures of gases called biogas. Now got the point? Understand? So this is a little information, introduction of biogas, what it is actually. Understood? Now we focus our concentration on okay, composition of biogas. So you please put the subheading, that is composition of biogas. composition of biogas. Students, are you follow? Okay, composition of biogas. Here already I said different kinds of gases they are generally present in the biogas. In that the first one is a predominant gas. Predominant gas means when compared to other gases in the composition of biogas, it is very much higher in amounts. More percentage of gas is present, that is called methane. What is the gas? It is methane gas. What is the chemical formula for methane? CH4. Understood? This is the more amount of gas we see in the biogas. So composition, methane occupied, it constituted nearly the percentage is 50 to 70%. Okay, in the total percentage of gases which they are present in the biogas, which they are very much important for constitute the biogas, in that maximum amount of gas we seen as methane. How much percentage it existed? It occupied, that is 50 to 70%, students. How much ma? It occupied 50 to 70%. It occupied 50 to 70%. Okay, the second gas which is next to methane, that is carbon dioxide, CO2. Understood? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. You know, right, during anaerobic respiration, as you know, carbon dioxide releases, whatever the respiration it may be, okay, carbon dioxide releases, it occupies nearly 30 to 40%. How much? 30 to 40% of composition we are observing only with CO2. What next to methane? What next to methane? The third gas means here not only the complete single gas, hydrogen, H2S, hydrogen sulfide are also present. They are present in little traces only, H2 and H2S. H2S is very little traces. Generally we are observing H2S is they produced in the biogas, what we are produced at sewage treatment. Understood? Sewage treatment. So these two are the combination of gases which they are constitute in the 100% of chemical composition present in the biogas with 10%, very little percent or lesser than 10% maybe. Understood? So according to their composition, according to their existence in the biogas, we are observing this is the composition of biogas. Dear students, here you please note one point. At 50%, at 50% on an average, we better to take methane percentage 50. Supposed to take it is the lower value. Understood? More than that only every time we are expecting. Supposed to take at a lower level of methane which is present in the biogas. Supposed to take it is at 50%. At 50%, okay, methane at 50% is of methane in biogas. In biogas, the calorific value is the calorific value of this particular biogas is 4,429 kilocalorie per cubic meter. You please remember, this is the calorific value of biogas at biogas which contains methane at the percent with the percentage is 50%. Now got the point? So this is the composition of biogas which generally we see. Understood? Right ma? Next we are going to discuss about commercial production of biogas. So now we discuss about okay, commercial production of biogas. Before going to discuss about commercial production of biogas, okay, to produce biogas requires chief materials or raw materials. Without materials, it is not possible to perform or production of biogas. Understood? That's why we better to look into the substrates. Substrates are the chief or important raw materials which we use to produce biogas. So now you please put the one more subheading, that is okay, substrates useful in biogas production. Biogas production. Substrates useful in biogas production. Okay, what kinds of substrates are needed? Substrates are nothing but raw materials, chief raw materials, chief raw materials. Here we are using the raw materials are especially, okay, like animal, especially animal means cattle, especially we are collecting cattle, okay, waste or excreta, cattle excreta, understood? So you know, right, especially in the herbivores, in the digestive tract of herbivores animals contains methanogenic bacteria, which is very much useful for the production of biogas, already we discussed. That's way, that is the bacteria after complete digestion of food in their digestive tract, they completely come out of their fecal matter. The fecal matter which we are collecting as cattle excreta called dung. What it is? Dung. So if we are using dung and its urine, these are very important materials. Okay, dung, for example, you know, cow dung, buffalo dung, cow dung and buffalo dung. Okay, sheep and goat, dung, and urine from all these animals, cow urine, buffalo urine, sheep, goat urine also they collected, and the waste, the liquid what we are collected from slaughterhouses. What are slaughterhouses? What are slaughterhouses? The sheds what we constructed for giving shelter for the cows, buffaloes, goat, sheep, everything, right? They are also releasing some urine and a little amount of cow dung after cleaning the floor. Just simply the water what comes, that will also collected by this okay, particular for this program into the biogas plants. Now got the point. So cow dung, buffalo dung, sheep, goat dung, and also we are also requires some other substances like you know what it is? Okay, crop residues. Residue means okay, remaining matter. Okay, after completion of the crop, whatever the twigs, leaves, branches, roots, whatever the plant material it is present, understood? That will also collected. That is crop residues. And you know, right, animal residues means excreta, everything, right? And also from forest area or from nearby that area, the plants are releasing some bark we are collecting, and leaves, okay, what they fall on the earth, leaves, and some branches, different branches of plants we are collecting, and some twigs we are collecting, and from in some cases they are also using little amount of human excreta, human excreta. Okay, this is simply we are calling what fecal matter which contains in the soil, it is called okay, night soil, just we are adding to it, which contains some urine or fecal matter which is present here. Okay, everything, all these are the raw materials, and also you know some okay, crop waste, whatever it may be they are producing. Okay, crop waste already we discussed. Okay, crop residues, all these are the different kinds of waste materials we are adding. And domestic waste, you know, domestic water, domestic waste is different kinds of peels of fruits, peels of leafy vegetables, everything they are releasing. Leafy vegetables or fresh vegetables just we are using for cooking. After that the remaining parts just we simply throw into the dustbin. In that whatever the waste material we collecting from, suppose to think urban domestic waste. Urban domestic waste means for example paper etc. Paper and okay, different kinds of fruit waste, vegetable waste, etc. Vegetable waste we collected from urban area, from other villages or from other some houses present in nearby the biogas plant for the production of biogas commercially. Understood? All these are the chief or very important raw materials for the production of biogas. So these materials we collected and sent to the right place where we have we have biogas plant for the production of biogas. Now we are discussing about by using these raw materials or chief materials, how to produce biogas in the commercial purpose, for the commercial purpose. I think you know biogas is very much important for the very much purposes we are obtaining from the biogas, especially like cooking and lighting. Especially you know this is for among all these raw materials, you know all, about all these different kinds of raw materials, mostly they are obtaining from villages or towns. Mostly they are obtaining from villages. The chief material like dung more and more available in the rural areas, villages, rural areas, because in the rural area so many people they depends on agriculture. So many agricultural wastes are required here. Understood? Dung, cow dung, buffalo dung, sheep, goat dung is also required here. It is very much important. So whatever the main materials we are easy to collect. So from the places of rural areas, then simply we may construct these type of biogas plants to produce biogas. Understood? How to produce biogas in the biogas plant? Okay, have a look. Now we focus the concentration on commercial production of biogas. Commercial production of biogas. In the large scale, how to produce biogas? We require a biogas plant. Okay, biogas plant. So before going to discuss about the structure of biogas plant and how to process of biogas production it is going on, later we will discuss. First little information we need to discuss. Commercial production of biogas. In that here we focus our concentration on the technology. Here we are using technology, right? So the technology for biogas production, the technology for biogas production was developed in India by two organizations. Understood? So they are IARI. Note down students, IARI. It is very important. The expanding form of these two organizations are very important. They may ask questions in the NEET. Okay, IARI and KVIC. IARI and KVIC. These two are the organizations what first time they developed the technology which we follow to produce biogas. What is the full forms of these two organizations? IARI. What it is? Indian. Note down. Indian Agricultural Research Institute. Research Institute, where it located? New Delhi. Understand? Delhi. Okay, IARI, Indian Agricultural Research Institute. Okay, what is the full form of KVIC? Here, Khadi and Villages. Khadi and Villages Industries Industries Commission. Commission. Yes. What is the full form of KVIC? Khadi and Villages Industries Commission. These two are the these two are first implemented and developed the technology what now we follow to produce biogas. What we produce? Biogas production. You know, right, already I discussed it. I said, okay, the biogas plant construction is very much better to construct where? In the rural area or urban area? In rural area. So, because in rural area, availability of raw material is more. Right, ma? So, we should not get any what we call problem to get raw materials for continue the production of biogas. That's why we better to construct these biogas plants in the villages or nearby villages to collect the raw material for the production of biogas. That's why in the most of the cases we better to construct these biogas plants nearby rural areas. Understand? So, these two are the institutions are going to develop this technology for the biogas production in the India. Okay, so these particular IARI KVIC encourage those people who are living in rural areas for getting some income from the production of biogas. They have very much interest to follow up the technology what given by what introduced by these two. Understood? In India. Then nowadays in so many villages we see in already they constructed so many biogas plants, and the people they have very much interest paying very much interest to get income from the biogas. Okay, biogas production. Right, ma? So, now we are going to discuss about that particular technology what first introduced in India by these two, how it implemented. It implemented to see a plant called biogas plant. What is the plant we go? To learn biogas plant. Have a look into the biogas plant, how it constructed and how it produce biogas production. Produce biogas. Now got the point? So, now this is the biogas is produced from biogas plant. Biogas plant which constructed by three different pits on the earth. We first made three different measurable pits only on the earth. Understood? In that the larger one, in that the first larger pit which we constructed on the earth, it is called digester pit. Digester pit, its measurements is like this. We just dig the earth nearly up to 10 to 15 feet. 10 to 15 feet depth is needed. Depth is needed. Understood? Whatever the supposed to take, it is the earth. Okay. On this earth, we have to dig the earth nearly. Okay. For example, this is the earth. On this earth, we have to dig a large pit called digester. What it is? Digester. How much depth it is? It is 10 to 15 feet. 10 to 15 feet depth. And internally, it is constructed by or covered by a concrete line. A concrete or brick lined margin we are observing. Margin is constructed. So this is the brick or concrete wall they made inside the or inner wall of the pit, large pit or digester. Then we are going to place a air tight cylinder tank, a cylindrical tank which is not allow the air into the digester. That much metal only we are using here. Here we are observing, we are using it is air tight cylinder. Air tight cylinder we have to place and we have to insert into the large pit or digester. Understood? So simple structure of a large pit. The remaining two are one is what it is, collecting pit or recharge pit. Recharge pit. Okay, what we have to recharge? We have to recharge the raw materials. Raw materials for the production of biogas. For the production of biogas, raw materials we have to collect. Means plant waste, animal waste, and some aquatic plants also we are using like Eichhornia, right? In so many ponds, lakes we are observing Eichhornia as aquatic weed. So many people they are always collecting it. So we better to collect it and send it to the biogas plant. Eichhornia. So such kinds of materials we have to, along with cow dung, we have to recharge into the pit. It is called recharge pit. Understood? The next, it is a small pit. Of course, we have to send slowly, constantly these raw materials into the digester pit. The next one is third one, the sludge pit. What it is, a sludge pit? Okay, after completion of biogas production, slowly the unwanted material or complete digested material, slowly it comes out of the digester into a small pit through a small channel which we connect from digester to the sludge pit. So into the sludge pit, all the sludge material or fully digested material, unwanted material, comes out of the digester into the sludge pit to collect it. Collect the sludge. This is very much important for this pit is very much important for collecting sludge. This sludge after that we better to use as a fertilizer. This is the sludge after completion of the biogas production. We better to send it to all the fields as fertilizer. Understood? So now we focus the concentration on the complete structure of or a typical biogas plant. So now you please put the subheading a typical biogas plant. Understood? Right? By using all these three pits, how to make a complete or a typical biogas plant. Now you please draw the typical biogas plant. What it is? You please put the subheading typical biogas plant. How the first technology for the production of biogas we implemented through a plant, through the particular small industry, like through a small factory like. So it is a biogas plant. How to implement the technology to get biogas once you focus. So typical biogas plant. Already I said the biogas plant is constructed by three important pits only. In that center first one is a larger pit which we are calling a digester. Digester, it should be maintained depth. We have to dig the earth up to 10 to 15 feet is needed. Into that we just what we call insert tightly, air tight cylindrical tank we have to insert into that digester pit, which already inner wall of this digester pit is lined by concrete lining or brick lining. Into that only we have to place tightly that cylindrical tank. Understood? Through which tank it is going to collect the gases. That's what is called gas holder or gas collector. Okay, so first you draw the diagram slowly. Suppose to think it is a earth. It is a earth on which we ready to construct. In that we have to make three pits. What it is? See, two are smaller pits and one is larger pit. Draw diagram neatly. So, we dig first smaller charge pit. What is the pit? It is charge pit. Already I said charge pit is for charging the material, raw material. Here we are using different kinds of leaves, twigs, okay, cow dung, buffalo dung, everything, straw and crop stubbles or crop residues, bark and different aquatic weeds like Eichhornia, whatever it may be. But we have to mix the major raw material like cow dung. And cow dung and other all these chief raw materials are okay one of the compositions, but the main composition component we have to add to this solid particles, that is water, to change that solid particles into slurry. Understood, Nana? So nearly 90% of the component in this mixture is water. Now you got the point. So we have to add, of course, a small lid like structure we are using here. Okay, it is easy to movable. Whenever we want to open it to put all the raw materials, we have to open that lid and put them in the charge pit. So in that, what materials we are taking here? We are taking the materials like dung. From various living things we are obtaining dung, and also we have to place here water. What it is? Water. Water. How much percentage of water we are using here? Nearly 90%, which this is the water which convert the dung into slurry. Dung into slurry. Slurry means, I think you know. Okay, it is a liquid, semi-liquid portion which is formed in the charge pit. This charge pit is interconnected by a small channel with a very big tank called digester. We better to construct that particular large pit which maintain depth nearly 10 to 15 feet. 10 to 15 feet. Which constructed by concrete line or brick line to give proper support and not mix some other particles from the soil into the digested material or digested material what we placed here. Understood? This is the digester. What it is? It is digester. It is digester. So from here to here, whatever the slurry material formed here, it is going to send into this digester with a small channel. What we made? A small channel. The small channel which is very much important for passing the material from charge pit to digester. Then the material will be enter into here. Whatever the slurry material we seen here, slurry material we seen, this is the slurry material is loaded, recharged, water sent from the recharge pit into the digester, understood. So then air tightly cylindrical tank we have to fit insert here like this. All of you draw neatly. So, through this only the gas comes out, gas outlet. So, during fermentation or digestion of organic matter, so many gases they enter here into the gas holder. What it is? Gas holder. This is the gas holder. So, pit number 1, it is a pit number 1, it is a pit number 2. Now, we better to construct one more pit, it is smaller pit only. Also small lid is needed. Here whatever the slurry material after complete digestion or complete fermentation, what the gases they released out are going to be collected or sent into the unwanted material, sent into the small pit which we are calling sludge pit. What it is? Sludge pit, into which we collect it. Okay. After completion of whatever the constantly it is performed digestion on the organic matter which is present in the slurry material, then so many gases that discharges. Slowly this is the material, okay, it transported into the, it is the material, it transported into the, send into the sludge pit. What it is? Sludge pit. Into this sludge pit, these materials are going to be transformed. Then it can easy to collect and send these are the substances to different crop fields or farmlands into fertilizers as fertilizers. Okay, these are the unwanted material after completion of the biogas. Simply we send it to the farmlands as fertilizers. Now, discuss about the processes of what are the steps are involving in the production of biogas in the biogas plant. Understand, this is the biogas plant where they are going to completely hold, of course. Completely hold, then all the gases they are going to releases, especially you know the gases, the predominant gas, higher amount of okay, biogas with the gas it is methane plus, next one is CO2 plus the gases which whatever the gases they are present here like H2 and H2S etc. You better to write in according to syllabus. Okay, these three are the gases they mentioned. Now you please note down, keep in mind CH4, CO2, H2 they releases. So, how these particular recharge pit is recharged with raw materials like you know right, aquatic weeds and plant materials, crop residues, okay, and animal residues, human excreta, like different and domestic waste and slaughter water, cleaning water, what actually we are adding, everything we collect and send to the recharge pit, and from the recharge pit this is slowly converted into, when we are adding to all these materials which are present along with dung, okay, with water, 90% of water, slowly they are going to, okay, form slurry material, semi liquid material, slowly it is moving into the digester. In the digester, whatever the bacteria they are present, you know, right, not only in the directly in the digester, the material, along with the material they passed into the digester. In that the first bacteria like facultative anaerobes are very much active for the digestion of organic materials into, okay, different monomers, the complex forms of organic materials like, you know, cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, okay, and lignin, and some proteins are there, some fat materials are there. So all these are the different kinds of materials are there, understood. All these are the materials we just breaking down by the first time, breaking down by the facultative anaerobes, and they are forming them into monomers. By break down the complex forms of materials like proteins and polysaccharides, simply they are broken down and convert them into monomers. These monomers again they are, okay, again they are converted into some acids, organic acids, what they are producing. Those organic acids finally they are producing what okay, methane and some other gases they releases. So different sequence steps we are observing here, understood. So this is the biogas plant which it is constructed in all the rural areas where we are sending the genetic what we call different chief or raw materials into the charge pit, and after the charge pit to digester, understood. So this is the particular biogas plant. In this biogas plant, the process of production of biogas taking place in 3 steps, understood. 3 steps are needed. Three steps are needed for the production of biogas. Production of biogas. For the production of biogas, how many steps are needed here? 3 steps are needed. Understood? 3 steps are needed. What are the 3 steps we generally seen? Just you focus. Okay. You know, right, in that the first step it is solubilization. Or decomposition. Done by decomposer bacteria, understood. Whatever the organic matter we send to the, okay, a big tank, that is a digester, whatever the material we send from the charge pit to digester, on that or in the material we have already facultative anaerobes and strictly anaerobic bacteria, methanogenic bacteria, understood. In that, in those 2 types of bacteria, that facultative anaerobes are before that decomposer bacteria first initiate their activity on the organic materials like proteins, polysaccharides, okay, fats and cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, pectin, different kinds of materials are present in all the, okay, waste materials what we sent already and sent already to the digester. So those decomposer bacteria decompose the materials through the process is known as solubilization. What it is, ma? Say once, all of you. Solubilization or decomposition. They are going to decompose the materials. Means in this what happens? The complex forms of organic matter, different organic materials we added here. So complex forms of organic matter, okay, broken down into simple forms of monomeric substances. Simple forms of monomeric substances. Understood? Whatever the complex form of organic material we are observing here, we send to the digester tank. All those are going to be activated or decomposed by here decomposer bacteria. What is the bacteria? It is decomposer bacteria acts on okay, complex organic matter which is going to produce simple forms of monomers. Simple forms of monomers. Here decomposer bacteria, of course facultative anaerobic bacteria. Okay. How to perform this particular process of solubilization or decomposition, little information is there, and once you please take this information again. Here solubilization decomposition done by decomposer bacteria or facultative anaerobes. Okay, what perform for process they done? They are acts on organic materials, organic matter or materials. Organic matter, okay, break down into simple monomers by releasing hydrolytic enzymes. It is very important point, you please note down. Hydrolytic enzymes. I think you know very well what are hydrolytic enzymes. Understood? You know already in this organic matter what kinds of materials they are present. Okay, the materials are present in the organic matter is as okay, cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, lignin, proteins, fats, etc. All these are the complex forms of organic materials. To digest all these materials requires hydrolytic enzymes. These enzymes are okay, released by or secreted by this particular decomposer bacteria or facultative anaerobic bacteria. Then all these are the complex forms are going to be digested into simple substances called monomers by the activation done by enzymes called hydrolytic enzymes like lipases, okay, proteases, cellulases, etc. All these are the enzymes they utilize it to break down the complex forms of carbohydrate, polysaccharides, fats and some other substances which they are present. By using these hydrolytic enzymes they can easy to digest them into simple forms of monomers. Yeah. All these are the simple forms of monomers what finally we are producing. These are the products what they discharged in the process of solubilization as the first process which we seen in the biogas production. Now we are going to discuss about a second step what it is going on, which is continuous with the products of solubilization and decomposition as these monomers. These monomers next they fermented by okay, some anaerobic bacteria which already present. These monomers fermented into some byproducts they releases like hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Along with acids which we are observing like what it is okay, acetic acid is going to be releases. That is the main important process is going on in the second step of biogas production called acidogenesis. What it is? Acidogenesis. The next third step it is which followed by this acidogenesis is that is what it is? So methanogenesis. Finally, what main product we are obtaining, that is methanogenesis. That methane production is taking place with the last step. Okay, next second step of biogas production. What it is? That is acidogenesis. What it is? Acidogenesis. Acidogenesis means what actually here? They are producing a acid. Acid is a product here. Acid is a product here. Along with acid, some byproducts they are producing here. Some byproducts they are producing, like byproducts like CO2 and H2. Okay, here acid is a product. Then what type of acid is here? Here they produced acetic acid. What it is? Acetic acid. Acetic acid. Okay, so in that we are also observing what acetic acid is also they are producing. Different kinds of bacteria they are involving. So here in the acidogenesis, what are the main materials as substrates they entered into the acidogenesis? That is we are calling monomers. What they are? Monomers. These monomers are fermented. Fermented. These monomers are fermented by anaerobic bacteria. Fermented by anaerobic bacteria. These simple forms of monomers they converted into acids. They converted into acids. Acids and some other byproducts like CO2 and H2O. Sorry, H2. CO2 and H2. So these are the main materials they finally produced in the second step. It is called acidogenesis because here acid like acetic acid formed. What is the formula for acetic acid? I think you know, CH3COOH. CH3COOH. This is produced as a main product in the second step of biogas production. It is acidogenesis. Understood? Acidogenesis. This is the acetic acid. Now we enter into the next and final step. Final step where the final products are going to be produced. It is called third step. It is called methanogenesis. What it is? Methanogenesis. Note down. Each and every student is needed to note down. Okay, methanogenesis. So in the third step, methanogenesis, what happens once you see? Third step, methanogenesis. So here the product is, the main product is methane. That's why this process we are calling what? Methanogenesis. Okay, methane is going to be produced. Methane is going to be produced. Here only main important bacteria is going to be acted on the materials what they enter into the methanogenesis process come from the acidogenesis. So here the bacteria is methanogenic archaebacteria. Methanogenic archaebacteria. Okay, commonly called as methanobacterium. Methanobacterium, which acted on organic acids. For example, organic acids like acetic acid. Organic acids to produce methane. Methane gas as higher amount of gas present in biogas, of gas which present in biogas. Now got the point? In this methanogenesis, the methanogenic archaebacteria or methanobacterium acted on that organic acids. Finally, they are producing a gas a very important gas. What it is? Methane gas. What is the formula for methane? CH4. This gas has a higher amount of gas which present in biogas is going to be liberated. Then all those are the mixture of gases like CH4, CO2, H2. They are comes out of the digested material which present in the bigger tank or digester tank releases into the uplift only. We are observing all the gases loaded into the what it is, gas loader or gas holder, where it is going to be tightly fitted, inserted metal which we are observing a cylindrical tank which we placed and inserted into the digester. Understood? Then it is collected by the digester. They have a small tube or pipe connected to various houses. To all the houses they connected or to different cylinders they are using to fill the gas into all the cylinders, and they are directly give the supply to all the houses for the purposes of cooking and lighting. This is the gas is very much useful for cooking and lighting because this gas is highly inflammable. What it is? This methane gas. This methane gas is highly inflammable. Means what it is? Highly inflammable means it gives more fire. Understood? More, it burn very easily, very fast. Understood? So that is that type of properties we are obtaining from the methane gas. That's why we produce this methane gas, means biogas which contains methane and carbon dioxide and H2 in their respective proportions. Now got the point? So all these are the different kinds of steps are needed for the production of biogas or methane, carbon dioxide and H2. So we better to need some chemical reactions to understand about the production of all these substances, various substances which they are mixing to form biogas. Understood? Once you have a look into these small and simple reactions, how to produce these different gases along with methane. Understood? To form biogas. Suppose to think here in the methanogenesis, what are the chemical reactions are taking place in the digester. In that, suppose to think carbon monoxide, what naturally they are present in the digested material, which organic material present in the digester. So CO, carbon monoxide, which is going to join with water. Already we add 90% of the water na. In the slurry material, semi-liquid material, what already passed in digester, just it is going to be joined with carbon monoxide and it is going to produce CO2 plus H2. CO2 plus H2. In the first step we are observing, this is the equation is taking place. The next, the second reaction, what we are expecting? Here we are expecting the CO2 gas is reacted with what it is? 4 hydrogen molecules. 4 hydrogen molecules, then it gives methane CH4 plus 2 H2O molecules. Understood? CH4 plus 2 H2O molecules. I got the point? Understood now? So in the third step, what happens? CO2 plus 4H2 is gives rise to methane plus water. Now you know already we have in the second step of biogas formation in acidogenesis, we have an acid, that is CH3COOH. What it is? CH3COOH. It is an acid. What it is? Acetic acid. This acetic acid gives two important products like CH4 plus CH4 plus CO2. CH4 methane and carbon dioxide they releases. Finally, it gives CH4 and CO2. So here we know, right? different gases we are producing here, like okay, CO2, CH4, right, H2, all these are the different gases they are producing here. All these are the mixture of gases, finally they form biogas. Already you know, right? Okay, biogas. This biogas is mixture of gases, already we discussed. Mixture of gases, what they are releases? CH4 in larger amounts, next amount is CO2, and the next amount is H2. All these are the different gases, along with of course little traces of H2S also we see in, it is called biogas. What it is biogas? Finally the biogas production is taking place in the same way. Understood? And finally we focus on stages of, different stages of, all these are the different stages what needed for biogas production. Simply we can understand by this small flow chart. You please put the subheading stages of biogas formation. Stages of biogas formation. This is the what already we discussed. This is only we are placing in the flow chart manner to understand better and recall easier. Understood? So now you please put the subheading stages. Of course already discussed. Now we better to note down. This is the flow chart what already we have discussed. That is only now we placed in flow chart form to understand better, to understand, to recall easier. Understood easily. Stages in biogas formation. Biogas formation. It is a subheading. Now you please mention all these are the various stages what already we have seen. Understood? In that the first one, you know all those are the different kinds of organic materials they are present in the digested material what digest to be. Understood? In that organic materials like cellulose is here, cellulose, hemicellulose, okay, storage polysaccharides. Storage polysaccharides means you know, right? Storage polysaccharides. You know different kinds of storage materials, pectin, lignin, like different structural materials. Polysaccharides. Storage polysaccharides, proteins. Proteins are there, and fats. All of course so many materials are there, but all these are the basic substances which we seen as organic materials on which anaerobic bacteria or fermented bacteria acted to breaking down that complex materials into simple forms. So all these are the cellulose, hemicellulose, okay, storage polysaccharides and proteins and fats. All these are the substances, okay, decomposed by decomposer. What it is, students? Decomposer bacteria. The decomposition of all these complex organic materials done by a bacteria called, what it is? A bacterium called decomposer bacteria. Understood? This decomposer bacteria decompose them into simple substances, simple forms of substances called monomers. You please note down. Monomers. Okay. This is the process first we are observing called as solubilization. What is the process it is going to done? Solubilization. This is the process, solubilization. Okay, what are the products we are producing here? That is in the solubilization, monomers. Now these monomers acted in the next step, that is called acidogens. What is, children? Acidogenesis. This is the second step which act on monomers. These monomers acted by fermented bacteria. What is the bacteria? It is fermented bacteria, fermented bacteria. These monomers then they are fermented to give organic acids. Organic acids, especially organic acids. Okay, these organic acids are acted by the third process. It is a methanogenesis. This is the methanogenesis is the last step which convert the organic acids into some forms of gases like mixture of gases called biogas. For what we done this job, understood? The main product will be come out. This biogas is nothing but I think okay, more amount of methane is here. Okay, next amount of CO2, next H2, in some little traces of okay H2S, and little amount of N2 is also present. But here in the according to syllabus, we just focus on these three main important gases and their composition, which makes biogas, which come from the biogas plant and supply to all the houses for the purposes of lighting and cooking. Thank you.